right, there we go. I still cannot figure out how to get this thing to work right. I cannot get the backup channel to hook into the restream or hook into the actual dashboard. So basically, the YouTube studio is worthless. Looks like I see you guys though on the restream chat. So welcome in everybody. We got it going. Yeah, we did the chicken video over on the main channel. It doesn't look like it's coming in very clear. Are we 5x5 out there? It looks really fuzzy to me. So hopefully that straightens out a little bit. We should be in HD. So somebody let me know, is it looking all right on the stream? Yeah, 5x5, okay. Yeah, it looked really blurry when I was looking at it on the YouTube. All right, thanks. All right, let's jump into this. This is actually from 2008, but people don't understand why the weather is so crazy. This is part of it. Artificial lightning. Lasers trigger electrical activity in thunderstorm clouds for the first time. A team of European scientists have deliberately triggered electrical activity in thunderclouds for the first time, according to a new paper in the latest issue of Optics Express, the Optical Society's open access journal. They did this by aiming high-power pulses of laser light into a thunderstorm. This is going on worldwide. I mean, like I said, this is 2008. But just, so people know what's actually going on. It's not normal, natural weather. It hasn't been for a long time. In fact, I think there's an article out there. I haven't looked for it yet, but I think Napoleon launched balloons back up in the 1500s to try to modify the weather. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. So this was an important first step toward triggering lightning strikes with laser beams. It was the first time we generated lightning precursors in a thundercloud. The next step of generating full-blown lightning strikes may come. What just happened over in California? After the team reprograms their lasers to use more sophisticated pulse sequences that make longer-lived filaments to further conduct the lightning during the storms. I mean, you hear me talking about them steering the lightning, causing the lightning all the time. Well, here's just more proof of it. Triggering lightning strike is an important tool for basics and applied research because it enables researchers to study the mechanisms underlying lightning strikes. Pulse lasers represent a potentially very powerful technology for triggering lightning because they can form a large number of plasma filaments, ionized channels of molecules in the air that act like conducting wires extending into the thundercloud, the chemtrails, the bunker fuel, the nanoparticulates, the metal, the heavy metals that are being released with the planes and the ships. See how it all kind of goes together now? And then, you never hear a dry lightning before, and then all of a sudden California lights up from dry lightning, causing all these fires. This is the technology. Lightning directed by laser beams. So, there's tons of articles on this. I mean, you can go back and look at all the research. Direct laser aimed at clouds may be key to inducing rain and lightning. Water condensation and lightning activity in clouds are linked to large amounts of static charged particles. Simulating those particles with the right kind of laser holds the key to possible one day summoning a shower when and where is needed. This come out in 2014. So they brag about how they can create lightning, how they can steer the lightning, how they can create storms with lasers. Why didn't they put the fires out? That's because they caused the fires. Lasers can already travel great distances, but when a laser beam becomes intense enough, it behaves differently than usual. It collapses inward on itself. The collapse becomes so intense that the electrons in the air's oxygen and nitrogen are ripped off, creating plasma, basically a soup of electrons. That's why we're seeing all the freaky clouds out there. At that point, the plasma immediately tries to spread the beam back out, causing a struggle between the spreading and collapsing of the ultra-short laser pulse. This struggle is called filamentation and creates a filament or lightning strike that only propagates for a while until the properties of the air make the beam disperse. So anyway, there's just tons and tons of info right here. Here, I'll post some of these links. I forgot to post. I'll post them into the chat. Then you can share them around. If you share it on Facebook, it'll say, oh, this article's 6 years old or whatever, and then they'll try to block it. But it's, you can look this stuff up. Let's do one out of 2009. Powerful electromagnetic waves for active environmental research in geospace. Powerful electromagnetic waves can exert well-defined influence on the atmosphere, the ionosphere, and the magnetosphere. These active EM interactions can provide spatial temporal information on near-Earth space environment. Include remote monitoring, controlling a wide range of parameters of geospace, controlling properties of the ionosphere and magnetosphere, as well as interaction with the large-scale natural energy sources. In addition, applications such as mitigation of atmospheric pollutants and solar power satellites are discussed. Here, I'll copy this. So, we talk about all these pulses all the time, how everything pulses. Radio waves, radio frequencies. You got the super low frequencies, the ELFs, the ELF waves. So the electromagnetic waves such as radio waves are commonly transmitted far and wide range of communication purposes. In addition to transferring information, the waves interact with the medium they are propagating through. One result of this interaction is that radio waves may become refracted or reflected from the ionosphere, which enables radio signals to sufficiently low frequency to be detected beyond the horizon and actually propagate around the Earth. Another effect of the interaction is the radio waves accelerate or heat electrons and ions in the ionosphere. When I talk about the compression event, it's kind of like taking a rubber band and pulling it back and letting it loose. And you get that compression event, which creates heat, which creates wind. The first evidence of modification of the ionosphere by radio waves was reported in 1933, who observed that the modulation of the powerful low-frequency radio signal from a station in Luxembourg was transformed into a weaker medium-frequency radio signal. The so-called Luxembourg effect was explained by the fact that the powerful LF wave modulated the ionospheric damping rate of the weaker MF signal through heating, thereby transferring its modulation to the MF signal. Construction of the powerful high-frequency transmitters for research starting in the 1970s. The ionosphere has become an outdoor laboratory for the study of plasma physics. Here they got a picture of the IceCat. Now, this isn't the new one. The new one's, hundreds of thousands of times more powerful than the older one. Way more powerful than HARP. So this is the IceCat heating facility. How do I get that crap off there? What is this thing? I don't know where that come from. How can I move it back up? Man, it's going to be in the way the whole damn time. So anyway, this is the Tromsø in Norway. The parabolic cylinder antenna. Then you got the IceCat, the UHF, and the UHF incoherent scatter radars. These things are placed strategically all over the planet. Of course, they have the HARP on here. Here's the other antenna array that you might not know about that's in Alaska too, the high power Aurora Simulation Observatory at Two Rivers, Alaska. Then you got the Space Plasma Exploration Active Radar Antenna Array. It's part of the IceCat also. Here, I'll paste this so if you guys want to research into this or share it out. So anyway, there's some more information for people. And before I go too farther, where was we at here? Before I go any farther, I don't have Facebook up. I want to send some prayers out to Jim Lee, the creator of the Climate Viewer News, Climate Viewer 3D. Let me bring this up. Give me a second here. He's helped the community a lot, so we're going to give him a shout out and send some prayers his way as soon as I find what he posted earlier. But his Graves' disease is back. He's lost a bunch of weight. And where is it? So I'm trying to find it. Oh, here it is. Okay. So let me bring this over here so you guys can see it. So Jim Lee posted yesterday, "What's up, climate viewers? I've been battling Graves' disease again. Lost over 30 pounds in a month and I am overwhelmed by this. I hope to remedy this situation as soon as possible and return to making videos. Pray for me." So we'll send him out some prayers. I mean, he's put a lot of time into the climate viewer that we use and stuff. And he's definitely in the fight. So anyway, send the prayers your way, Jim. Hopefully we can get you healed back up. Alright, where was we here? We did that one. Hey, weather forecasting disrupted by the cornholio pandemic. Now they got to come up with excuses for their inability to forecast the weather right. All jokes about being wrong for a living aside, meteorologists have also had to adapt since the cornholio hit earlier this year. Few planes have been flying due to the scam, and what many people may not realize is how much air traffic plays an important role in weather forecasting. About 9% of all data that is collected globally for forecasting comes from aircraft that are equipped with weather monitoring instruments. I think they're forgetting to talk about the chemtrails coming out of the back of these things. From March to July, typically we would across Canadian airspace see 11,000 flights a day on average. In 2020, we saw about 4,000. That's a 70 to 75% drop in air traffic. He added that other parts of the world are around 80% reduction. Well, how come we're still seeing the same amount of chemtrails? I guess the scamdemic didn't stop the chemtrailers. You know, it did lighten up for a little bit, but hey, they had to keep the storms going. They got to keep the weather moving. Since long-range forecasting on any spot on Earth requires taking into account what is and what will be happening everywhere else on the planet, this is a global issue for the forecasters. If the absence of the data collected from planes, other devices like weather balloons have been helping to fill the void. Yeah. He also said not all planes provide data. While some planes are still flying, the frequency of the data reported is where the loss is being seen. See, you know, what they're really saying here is, hey, man, they're screwing with the weather, and we can't forecast that crap because we're not in on it. We don't know what they're doing. We don't know who's doing what to the sky. We just got to read, you know, what the National Weather Service gives us. We got to read our script. We don't do real forecasting anymore. We don't factor in the bunker fuel or the fire smoke or anything like that. We're just actors. That's what that basically boils down to. 8-foot waves, dangerous swimming conditions forecasted for Lake Michigan. Here we come with the wind weapons again. We ought to go see where the wind farms are pointed. The National Weather Service is predicting a red flag day all up and down the length of Lake Michigan on Saturday. Tonight, waves of 8 feet and dangerous currents are in the forecast. I'm surprised they're not, you know, saying it's, hey, it's, you know, unsurvivable waves are coming in. Here we go. Space Security Challenge 2020, hack a satellite. Here, I'll post this link for all the hackers out there. You could make a good buck if you can hack a satellite. It's actually already over. It started August 7th. That sucks. Wonder who won. Well, anyway, they wanted you to pull together a team for a hack a satellite, capture the flag. Participants who successfully complete a set of qualification challenges on cybersecurity and space this spring will be invited to the ultimate challenge. Hack a satellite. So it looks like they had online qualifications in May with $10,000, $15,000 prizes. Man, that's good money for a hacker. What the heck? And then when you get to the actual hacking the satellite, first place $50,000, second place $30,000. Although I'm not a hacker, so I wouldn't have made a penny. I could barely get this program to run every night. Protests in the Morettis over an oil spill. Dozens of dolphins killed. Honking and drumming, hundreds of people are protesting in the capital over the government's handling of an oil spill from a grounded Japanese ship and the alarming discovery of dozens of dead dolphins in recent days. The protests waved the country's flag on Saturday and held signs with messages such as "You have no shame." The ship struck a coral reef offshore, later cracked and spilled approximately 100,000 tons, or they're saying 1,000 tons of fuel oil into the fragile marine areas. It began leaking fuel on August 6th, fouling a protected wetland area. You know, so far 39 dead dolphins have washed ashore. It's not sure what killed them. Come on, it's the chemicals. So, you know, these people, they live on the water. I mean, this is where they get all their money and food from. Completely ruined. Leave it up to all these money makers, and they just ruin the planet. Nobody cares. That's why other places are freezing. We got Greece is bracing for a heat wave this weekend. Some of the highest temperature that they've seen. We had a water spout spotted off the coast of Southwold. This was from Flint in Wales. So I'm guessing this is up in the UK. And we're seeing these things all the time now, man. It's the wind weapons. We've had big time flooding in Niger. At least 45 killed, 226,000 people displaced. 226,000 from their homes. So the western region has been the hardest hit by days of torrential rain caused by the Niger River to overflow, shutting down the capital. Dozens of mud homes collapsed along the river. The rice fields are submerged, so here's another war on the food. So, I mean, this weather war is going on everywhere. We've got 160 killed in Afghanistan from flash floods. We know who's doing the weather control out here. 13 provinces, mostly in the country's north, were affected by floods. Houses were washed away. 116 people were killed, 120 injured, 15 people are still missing. They're searching for the bodies. This isn't Mother Nature. This is man. 10,000 anti-lockdown protesters gather in London to claim Cornholio is a hoax. Look at their signs. COVID hoax. Distrust government. Disbelieve media. Fight the lies. No more lies. No more masks. No more lockdown. We'll see how the media here reports this. The Unite for Freedom rally started at noon and called for an end to the government lies and the restoration of all freedoms. One man had a homemade place card on which he scrawled no mandatory vaccines. Another called the World Health Organization the World Hoax Organization. Someone else proudly held a sign calling for the end of medical tyranny. More than 40,000 people have now died from the virus, they say, in UK. But one man's side said it was fake science comparable to a bad flu. I mean, how can you not agree with that? One protester furled a flag showing the symbol of the British Union of Fascists, while another woman was promoting the QAnon conspiracy theory that believes a cabal of Satan-worshipping Democrats, Hollywood celebrities, and billionaires run the world while engaging in pedophilia. Oh, man, sounds about right to me. So at least we got some people standing up. There we go. Do not comply. Free your face. That's a good one. Free your face. Stay free. So they're trying to make these people look like the dumb craps. This was the Event 201 pandemic. The death rate is less than the flu. Elon Musk unveils pig with computer chip in the brain. He's probably already on a hard drive somewhere. Tesla SpaceX founder Elon Musk on Friday showcased pigs with the computer chips in their brains during his unveiling of the Neuralink upcoming technology aiming to bring symbiosis between artificial intelligence and the human brain. You know, when we go, this is, you know, the Musk said the process for installing a Neuralink in a human brain would be an hour-long operation. That's no more than an invasive LASIK eye surgery. Inserting a coin-sized device into the skull that would leave a tiny scar after the electrodes are inserted into the brain. Like a Fitbit in your skull. He's definitely got his brain like uploaded. You know, this is the transhumanism, mark of the beast stuff. This is coming out. People, you know, people are freaking out because people are looking at people. Are masks giving men a license to leer? Women report a rise in aggressive eye contact since face coverings became commonplace. As an expert warns, they provide a nominee for threatening behavior. So apparently if you look at somebody in the eyes now, that's threatening behavior. Women online are reporting a rise in aggressive eye contact from men in masks. Social media users are sharing stories of so much hard staring happening. Oh my God. UN woman UK executive director said to be aware of anonymity mask provide. No shit. We need to create an understanding that behavior like unwanted and persistent staring is intimidating. Oh my God. I mean, you're supposed to look at somebody in the eyes when you talk to them. So that's just weird, man. What the? But, hey, look at it. They're selling masks right here on the website with the face shield. This stuff ain't going to stop a damn thing. So apparently, don't look too long in the eyes. Let's go ahead and check the fire maps. I don't know why it's not populating the names on the California fires, but we got the Palmer fire up here. 17,970 acres. I don't know if that's burned or that's just the fire zone. So we got tons of fires in Washington, in Oregon, in California. And I don't know why it's not populating the name of the fires. Maybe we'll just go to the regular map. I was going to try to use this map because it had the actual names of the fires, but it's only showing the Washington, Oregon fires. Here, we'll just jump over to the world view. Get a drink of the tea here. Man, this world's gone nuts, man. You know, what do they expect with people in mass, man? You gotta look somewhere. What the hell? It don't even make sense. You're staring at me too long. Freak. We got spraying operations over British Columbia and frequencies. So yeah, we're definitely starting to see a little bit of pretty good smoke up here in Oregon. Over here by Mount Hood. Looks like you got several fires going on. We got fires over here in Idaho. Looks like they're just gonna light up everything. Missoula, we got a fire. Fires up in BC. Still tons of fires in California. Look at that smoke. Thanks out there, James Fox. I just seen the super chat. Yeah, I can't get the. That sucks. I can't get the YouTube Studio to work on the backup channel. Can't I? Just if I just happen to glance up and see the super chats, the only way I'll see it. It's not highlighted on the restream chat. So anyway, man, it's just still toxic over here in California. Major fires going on still. Ooh, you got one down here south, still going. And that thing's pumping out some toxic stuff. You know, you had to wonder, a lot of they're all on fault lines and volcano areas and where they sprayed the aerosols, and tons of fires over here in Arizona. I think they're going to be getting some rain. We'll do the 16-day forecast tomorrow. We'll be back over on the main channel tomorrow. Probably be on both channels for the 16-day. Look at the dust coming in. I think there's development for maybe a cyclone coming in again. One of these storms down here, but there's so much dust. It'll have to be completely created. So you had the wind warnings over here over the Great Lakes, and what's over here? A huge aerosol dispersion all the way from, it looks like a ground-based cloud seeder over here in Kansas. And the line of chemicals go all the way up right into the same area. Huh, interesting. Tons of chemtrails right where the high winds are. It looks like we have another cyclone over Missouri. I mean, we got quite a bit of rain today. Tons of thunder and lightning. Completely manufactured. Yeah, that is just part of a spin up off this created weather system over Missouri. Now, they dumped all kinds of aerosols for the last 2 days. You can see they're still spraying out ahead of it. Looks like we got some weather and aerosols over here in Florida, parts of Georgia. Spraying over the Bahamas. We'll get into all the, the weather forecast tomorrow. Let's go look at our chunk of ice. Man, that thing's really going back down south a long ways. It's like the tip kind of staying there. I mean, this thing is bigger than a lot of islands floating around out here. I mean, it's just a huge hunk of, look, here's Corona Island. Corona Nation Island. And this hunk of ice is way bigger than the whole island. Just floating around. We had a 7-mile by 10-mile hunk break off of it a while back. I don't know where it went. I kind of lost track of it. I doubt if it's melted all the way. It's probably out there somewhere. I just haven't took the time to really look for it. People over here in Europe, man, they haven't even seen the sun in forever. They're just not catching a break out here. Got a pretty good, healthy storm here in the Mediterranean. You can see the chemtrails are in there with it, going over Switzerland. In fact, it goes all the way up into Moscow. Look at these little Oh, we got a bunch of fires down here now. I thought that was dust storms for a minute. So you're starting to get a bunch of fires right there on the coast. Fires out here in Spain. Spain, Portugal, everything's burning up. You know, it's either burning up or it's freezing. Oh, the smoke's really picking up again over here in Russia. Remember we had the chemtrails down south the other day. Now look. It's all on fire, just like we thought would happen. Now look, it's all on fire. Look, they're still spraying the chemtrails over here. It's like they're burning their own country down. It's just nuts. Something weird burning right here. That's some crazy color smoke. Something other than a forest fire right there. Who knows? Could be a nuke facility or so. Now we got a category 4 or category 5 developing over here. Let's see what is. I can't remember which one that one was. Yeah, we're looking at category 4. This will be the second one in a row. This is going to be a direct hit on South Korea. The last one went up and hit North Korea, then up into China. You know, the water should be cooled down. How are these storms keep going in the exact same paths when the water is cooled down? And here we go with the models all being pretty damn close again to the target. A couple models are taking it to the edge of North Korea, then going up and hitting China. You think these are normal storms? I don't think so. Okay, got a little bit of clouds out here in Guam. We could ask Captain Guam out there, what's the weather like? It looks like you got a few chemtrails. A few military exercises going on. Definitely see a few aerosols out here that looks like they're conjuring up or helping develop this storm in the Philippines. Yeah, they got thunderstorm, asthma, chemtrail lung. I mean, it's all the same thing. It's all from the aerosols and the heavy metals, the emissions. Got a bunch of fires popping off up to the north down here in Australia. You got them burning over here in the south, southeast. Starting to see the smoke. There can't be that much left to burn. They've already burned it all last year. You got some chemtrailers. You got some sprayers going on. Going all the way up. Hey, what do you know? It's perfectly clear again by the Australian heart facility. And you got some kind of weird manipulation going on. A few aerosols. Go check New Zealand. If I can get the mouse to work. Oh man, I think I'll be able to stay up. Man, I can't make it much longer, man. I'm so tired. I hung like so much sheetrock up on the ceiling today, and it tore me up, man. I haven't done it in a while. Woo. By yourself, 4x8 sheets are pretty pain in the butt on an angled ceiling, like 12 foot up in the air. This looks pretty strange over here. What is going on over here? Definitely have some weird cloud formations, weird colors in the clouds. Got the weird frequencies. Looks like some kind of experiment coming out of the Antarctica. Definitely weird looking. It almost looks like it has fire smoke or something in it. Is that a face or what? Always see weird stuff in the clouds. Man, these clouds are weird looking. This could have something to do with the magnetic anomaly down here. That's probably why they look like that. This looks like the same area of the magnetic anomaly. I had to go back and double check. Pretty sure that's where it is. I'm not going to get into this electrification of aviation. You know, they'll never do that because they need the chemtrails. Had plenty of tornado warnings going across the United States today. We had the water spout up there in UK or wherever that was earlier. So we had tornado warnings. What is that? Rhode Island? What was that over there? New York. We got tons of tornado warnings. And I think I might have seen one. I know a tornado took out something. I thought it was down in Tennessee or Ohio today. It was probably more of a microburst. Try to get this to work. Yeah, everybody's getting zapped. I mean, you can tell the days you're being hit with the frequencies, you know, they'll drain. You could tell when they're using different chemtrails, man. Some chemtrails give you the migraine. Some just rip you and starve you of all your energy. Some get you in a pissy mood. I mean, there's just, it goes right along with the spraying operations, man. I've been covering this for years. You can tell. Now, I haven't really sat back and tried to figure out, you know, the mood chemtrails, you know, what's that doing to the weather versus the migraine chemtrails. Like, that's something I'd have to look into, try to probably keep better track of. You also have all the 57 towers and the meters putting off tons of frequencies that are no good for your body. We're being inundated with radio frequencies, microwaves, low frequency. I mean, you name it, we're being hit with it. Every symptom is a cornholio symptom. Looks like we got some pretty good storms popping off here in the nighttime right there in Oklahoma, Texas, and definitely right over Arkansas. Now, this atmosphere should be stabilized because we just had storms come right through there. But it's not. Big spraying operations over Canada. You got more bunker fuel or chemtrails coming in over here where the fire zones are. Now let's just go take a little look over here at the fire, the heat map. And then I'll probably call the show because I am spent. So yeah, you can definitely see tons of the hot spots over here. Even in there. So that's the most recent. Let's take it on back here. If my mouse will work, I was trying to go back to last night and then compare the hot spots to right now, and the fires seem to be, man, come on, mouse. What the heck? So we had a pretty good hot spot there. There's a few other small ones, and then today, come on, I just want to move this little slider over. So this fire has definitely gotten a little bigger. That one's burning brighter. There's a new one right there burning brighter. That one looks about the same, if not a bigger area. And I don't know if you guys can see them or not. Let me zoom in, I guess, on them. I guess I could have went all the way up. We'll just try this. Definitely weather warfare. Wow, when you zoom in, man, look at all the fires going on. You got one there, big one there, like 10 fires right in there. So that's right now. Let's go back to yesterday. You can see the glowing of the fires, and you can also see the fires are pulsating. You know, it's almost like they want to induce a slippage of the fault lines. You know, you're heating the ground up, which is like probably boiling the water out. What water was in the mountains are boiling out, which is the oil for the fault lines. Man, that fire just stayed constantly super hot the whole time. Getting ready to, you know, have a mega thrust earthquake or something. Let's go down a little bit. Wow, big hot spot there. We're getting close over there by Ridgecrest. We pretty sure magma is on the move over there. Look at all them clouds bubbling off the mountains. Man, we just got some pretty big time fires going on. You know, and they said it was all from lightning, and then in the earlier part of the show I show you how they can make lightning. And they also talk about how they can put the lightning, you know, they can induce rain with the lasers. Now that's strange. We got a hot spot here and a hot spot here off in the ocean. And they weren't there yesterday. Could be like the oil, like oil stuff burning off or something. Or it could be a underwater volcano, who knows? Hard to know if you're not out there. Well, come on. What the heck is wrong with this thing? Now what I do? What the heck? Yeah, so I'm really not picking a whole lot. You can see the burn scars out here, though. Yeah, we went over some of the harp antennas earlier in the show. They're everywhere. They're placed everywhere. You got them in Peru, Ecuador, Norway, China, several in Alaska, Australia. They're all over the place. Taiwan. They're everywhere. They're all over the place, man. They're everywhere. All right. Anyway, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and call this show. I am spent. Anyway, guys, much love out there. Be safe. And no fear. Eyes to the sky. Try to tell everybody about the lies. Send them over here. We'll teach them. Anyway, let's play a song called Rise. We're going to have to rise. We have no choice. Anyway, armor up. Here we go.